Okay, after you have the personal satisfaction of having won the Nobel Prize, what do you think? Do you have any other personal goals? Well, the Nobel Prize is a big surprise to me. I mean, if someone had said in 1984, before we discovered C60, that I was going to win the Nobel Prize, I said, you know, pull the other one, because I know how good I am as a scientist. I'm a good scientist, but I'm not a genius. I know some of my good friends are fantastically brilliant scientists, but I'm good at what I do, and have been very fortunate to have chosen, unknowingly really, some very nice topics. And the first thing I was satisfied with and gave me most satisfaction, in fact more satisfaction than C60, discovery of C60, was making the first carbon-phosphorus double bond. We made the first phosphoralkenes and showed how phosphoalkynes could be made. And we did that using spectroscopic techniques, so a lot of people are not really familiar with that. It was my group that was involved with that, together with John Nixon, a colleague at Sussex. And then the radio astronomy was really exciting. I mean, the most exciting day of my life as a scientist was when we detected HC7N, a 7-carbon atom molecule, on the radio telescope in Algonquin Park in Canada. And of course C60 was incredibly exciting after we realized what it might be. Then of course it was such a paradigm-shifting molecule. The end of the 20th century, we discovered the third form of carbon, a molecule, been around all since time immemorial. So that was very satisfying. And of course, then maybe it would win the Nobel Prize. That seemed a possibility, and of course it's very nice to win that award. And it's satisfying too. It's a bit odd because I didn't go into science to win any prizes. It was for me a job, and my main passion to some extent, and I'm not sure where I like, but as interesting for me is graphic art and design. So in a sense I would like to do more of that, but the Nobel Prize has launched me into other areas where I'm spending time answering these questions, and I do a lot of that, and I get questions from people every day, from young people, which I respond to, and from one or two people who I do respond to, and sometimes get a bit irritable because they make somewhat silly comments, but maybe I shouldn't answer them. But I think if I do have something ambition, it's I would like to do some more art and graphics, which is an answer to one of the previous ones. And I do still do these graphic arts. I mean, I've just done one for Art Tally, and it's basically Alliance France Tallahassee, AFT, and it's in the colours of the French flag, and that was very satisfying. I get a great kick out of producing a logo or a design that is good, and so this book is very important to me and the family because it's a sort of family affair. David's sort of characters which I've put into this one, and my wife and other son involved in getting the story to work as an exciting, I think, exciting one. But also scientific, to give a feel for scale, because this little boy gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So I'm thinking of maybe, if that works, another book. But I really would like to create something, work of art of some sort, which, and I have done some painting, which I think are not bad, and they're on my croto.info site. So, and I was going to do that when I was in 1985, and then C60 turned up and diverted me for 25 years away from something I really wanted to do, and would have been equally satisfying to me as a person.